Okay, so I thought I'd talk today about tinted glasses. Now, as you can see in all my videos, I wear blue tinted glasses, but in the past I've worn different tints. So what I notice is it's not the actual colour that matters, it's more the contrast. It's more reducing the level of light. Because when we refer to being oversensitive to light, it could also be someone that's oversensitive to sight as well. So often we focus on light being the issue, but it could be sight. So for me, lots of movement around, lots of reflections, lots of things going on, I have problems with that as well. And anything that reduces the contrast, such as sunglasses, also helps because there's less visually going on with sunglasses. But before I had these, I also had other blue ones. And I think before then I used yellows. But these are actually prescription, which I got from Specsavers. And I think, I don't know, they didn't cost much, maybe £20 to get a colour added on, or maybe it was 40, I can't quite remember. But if you want to try and find the colour that's right for you, by the way, Specsavers do blue in a variety of shades, pink, green, yellow, I think. They did a range of colours, but they'll only go up to like 20%, which isn't very good. But I've got a range of colours here, and I got each of these for about £3 to £5 off eBay. Red. Oh wow, the world is literally entirely red now. It's so strange. And I think as well with these, after a while, when your eyes adjust, the sky starts to look purple, I think it is, and it goes a beautiful shade of purple. That's me looking out of the window. But yeah, the thing is, at first when you put something like this on, everything is absolutely red right now. But after you've worn them for about half an hour, your brain will adjust and you'll get some level of colour back. But with something as dark as these, the world's always going to be a bit red. So that's the red ones. Wow, they're quite strong. I don't have any pink ones on me. I should get pink ones to try. I've got some yellows. Now I know yellows are meant to be very good for night. A lot of people wear them for driving or cycling at night, because what I find when wearing something like yellow, these are orange actually, is that the world doesn't become darker, it seems to brighten up, even though you are cutting out some of the level of sun. It's a weird mental trick. But yeah, they actually help cut out some of the light, but everything feels brighter. And depending on the shade of orange or yellow, it can actually make the world kind of feel like eternal twilight. Like you're constantly in, the sun's going down or the sun's set and you've got that nice, like calm level of light. And it's kind of surreal going into shops at night at first because everything's got that kind of twilight feel. It's quite nice. And everything oddly feels brighter but doesn't hurt as much. But again, as you can see, with just these two, one's orange and one's yellow, and there's actually another yellow one here, and they're all slightly different, which is one of the frustrating things. See, now these really do tint the world, and they cut out quite a lot of light, these ones. But yeah, it's really hard to find the right ones sometimes, because you've got to find the right kind of degree of light removing. I can't remember these main ones I wear. I think do they cut out 22% of light? But having bought a few of these, I know the same percentage of light cut out. I think I've got 3 of these that all cut out about 20% of light. I think I wanted more. Specsavers don't sell more. And they all came in quite a different tint. So even the dye they used was not consistent, which is frustrating. I also here got 2 different shades of purple. That just cuts out a bit of light. And then a darker shade of purple. Oh, that cuts out a lot more. So, and you can't see my eyes with these. I try and make it so people can see my eyes because it's important for them to be able to see my eyes. Personally, I'd prefer to not, for them not to be able to. But I think there's also a psychological effect with these. With the blues, the world becomes colder and duller. It's not got that kind of brightness that you get with a yellow. When I'm wearing a yellow, the world feels weirdly more optimistic in some strange way. It's just now I'm stuck on blue because branding or something silly like that. But I think at some point I'll change over to yellow. Green, which I don't have on me, just tends to make the world quite dark, but it can make certain other greens really vivid and stand out. I do find the yellows make greens really pop out as well. So if I look at some grass with my normal eyes or with blues, the grass all looks a very similar shade of green, but the moment I put on a yellow pair of sunglasses, suddenly I can tell the different shades of green that's going on in the grass, and I can notice the weeds easier, and I can see the definition of the trees. So that's quite interesting. But as far as I'm aware, the evidence shows that it's not the actual colour that really matters. It's more the contrast. But the colour may make you feel better in a certain way, or it may be easier for you to read with a certain colour and a certain shade and a certain tint, and how the dye is distributed in the glasses or whatever else. I know it's easier for me to read with one of these yellows rather than a different yellow, as an example, because one of them may make the words duller on the page, or not as bright, or not pop in the right way, whereas another one, see, they're quite different, those ones. And one of them would make it probably easier to read than the other one. So whichever one, if you find a colour that works for you, go for that colour. You see, even without my prescriptions on, I feel I can read very clearly with them over there. Whereas I imagine with these, yeah, see, this is a bit more cloudy. And I imagine the colour difference to them is only 5% difference. So what about these reds that are a lot darker? Yeah, I can't read very well at all, but this actually makes, it's not just darker, it just makes everything a bit more blurry or distorted. Like telling the colours apart is harder. So if you find a colour that works for you, that's fine. I'm still trying to find ones that are contacts, but for now, I keep on wearing the blue glasses, which cut out a bit of light, so it helps me manage. So I hope you find a colour that really works for you, and if there is a particular colour of sunglasses you really like, please put it in the description below, and if you have links to anywhere to get them, please put them in the link below as well, because it used to be very hard to get any kind of tints. Now it's a lot easier. Now you can actually get prescription tints. There's quite a few places that do that, and I love that. Getting prescription contacts, though, that have a tint in them, really hard. Everywhere just seems to want to tint your eye colour, but not your actual vision. So please put the links in below. I would appreciate that, and let me know how it works for you. Hey, like when I do, then subscribe to me by hitting the bell icon below. And if you're confused about autism, check out my website to find out more.